There it is.
Sorry for the interruption. We've had to move outside because it was a little noisy inside. But, you were talking about the wheel that's not there for sustainability.
That's right. To get to sustainability, people are going to have the will to do that. I mean, it's a political will. It's all sorts of will. We aren't scared enough yet, I think, as a human population. We need to become really aware that the planet can't survive unless we take matters into the hands of those who want to make it sustainable, make it safe, make the resources available for the long term. I think that is the
probably won't happen until the coal dries up.
Oil is a problem. I mean, oil, of course, is a resource which is going to disappear sooner than some other resources. Coal is going to last a long time, but water is a resource that we don't think too much about, and yet the planet is going to suffer more from a dearth of water than from many other things, simply because an individual uses a fair amount of water, him or herself, but to sustain that person in terms of the other things that they need, food and clothing and so forth, huge amounts of water are required, and we just haven't got that much water, fresh water, available. So we're going to have to create it if we're going to have more people. And how are we going to create it? Well, that requires energy. So we're back to the energy problem again, and I think that's at the base. We're going to have that energy to do those kinds of things. On the other hand, we have to really be careful about other resources. Things that you dig out of the ground are not going to be replenished, so we're going to have to recycle and so on in much greater percentage than we do.
So your overall suggestion would be better resource management until we have the technology capable of supplying renewable energy?
But even when we have the renewable energy, we're going to have to continue to conserve those resources because they're not going to be replenished.
Well, that's correct.
You have a finite amount of iron, you have a finite amount of aluminum. We're not going to have more. So you better be thinking very seriously about making sure that what is used gets reused if necessary, and used in as smaller quantities as possible.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Take care.